Going to be our WrestleMania 29 pay-per-view review. We both saw the show together today with our buddy Zach, WWE Punk Fan 19, and now we're going to break down the show. And just give you guys our thoughts. Start from the top. What was the opener?
Opener was the pre-show. It was The Miz against Wade
That
Barrett.
doesn't count.
I honestly thought it was an alright match, but I thought it sucked that I have a 60-inch TV on my wall and I had to watch it on a 20-inch computer. Miz won the belt. He's probably going to go on from here to go on to Fandango.
Fandango.
Alright, but honestly, that's probably the only thing to talk about from right there.
I felt bad for both guys because they got really little time, really little amount of time. I thought they could have given it more. I was actually starting to get into it, and I was like, "That's it, it's over." So I was like, what? As far as who won, I really didn't care who won. I thought both guys, I don't know. I think Miz needed it more. If anything, Barrett can now move on to bigger and better things.
World Heavyweight Championship.
The real retains, so we can do that.
No, Swagger needs another shot. He's gonna get it this time.
We'll get to that. And the opening match of the pay-per-view feed was the six-man tag. It was the Shield against Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton. I was expecting Randy Orton to turn heel here. He didn't, and it seemed like he was being an annoying face, like in the sense where he's like, trying too hard to be nice.
We're all good buddies.
Come on, guys, we gotta gather together and beat these guys, and he didn't turn. And the last 3 or 4 minutes of the match were really fun. It really picked up.
Oh yeah, the Shield. Honestly, they deserved a whole lot of credit. They deserved the spot they had at WrestleMania, and to move on from here into the next bigger and better thing. You got to think of what they can really do though. Who's going to be 3 guys to really band up, and because they've been used in good spots. You don't want to just put together a team of Ryder, Santino, and some other Yoshitatsu nobody cares about. They've only worked with big names, and they should keep on only working with big names. So you got to wonder what's left. We haven't had a 3-man team in a long time that hasn't been just in the tag team division.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield went over, which is awesome. Show after the match knocked out both of his partners, and then he walked and left them there, which I don't know. I was like, well, okay, whatever. Next match. That was a good match, by the way. I liked it. Next match was
Henry versus Ryback. It was fun. That was good. I love the test of strengths that they did in an opposite direction, where they sort of just ran at each other and just pretty much chest bumped each other, trying to see who could move each other around.
This is the first match where it really showed that the crowd was really picky. There's boring chants. They didn't really like that these guys were taking their time, which, it was 2 guys with that size and strength. What did you expect? Lion salts going everywhere. I think that's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was disappointed with the finish, and actually the whole match as a whole. Okay, if you're gonna have Ryback lose, that's already bad on its own.
Ooh, I honestly forgot that he lost.
Yeah, see, it's so forgettable. But if you're gonna have Ryback lose, that's one thing. But then it was basically a squash because he had very little offense in that match.
Mm-hmm. A
squash doesn't mean you have zero offense. That just means it was so lopsided that in the offense, and it was. Mark Henry pretty much beat him up the whole time. Ryback looked like he was gonna give him the shell shock during the match, and he didn't. And that was actually the finish when Mark Henry landed on him 1, 2, 3. The finish itself, I was like whatever because I can understand why he won. After all, that was a world's strongest splash or whatever, so I guess that counts. But then after the match, then he does the shell shock. I'm like, okay, what's the point now?
Yeah.
Clearly the move was not as devastating because after the match, Ryback was still good to go. So I was like, okay.
Even though WrestleMania 29 was looked at as the year of rematches, do you see them doing this match one more time with some sort of extreme angle?
At Extreme Rules? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I see it too.
Maybe then he'll get his win that way. Next.
The tag match, Dolph Ziggler and Big E, going up against Kane and Daniel Bryan.
That was fun. I was enjoying that match a lot. Especially, I remember when we were watching, I told you guys, I was like, I like that this is the best match right now to follow that match that I guess the fans really didn't like the match because you have Ziggler and Ryder. You have Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, 2 guys that are definitely gonna try the hardest to put on a good show, and that match was very fun. Like they got 4-6 minutes, something like that, and they did a lot in that time that they had. Like they were just like, all right, we know what to do, let's get there.
Done. Yeah, the two guys definitely knew what they were doing. You got to give a lot of respect and credit to Kane too, and I think even Biggie Langston showed that he deserved the spot that he got. Never, as far as I can think of off the top of my head, never having an official WWE match, and coming out there and debuting on Mania, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I thought I liked everything about this match. I mean, could have got more time, definitely, but I knew that wasn't gonna happen, so that's why I'm not gonna knock on it. But yeah, then the finish was fun. Then Brian had him eating out of the palm of his hand with the yes chants. That was cool.
Yeah, the return of the yes.
That was cool.
Yes, yeah. Fandango and Jericho.
Fandango. That's his name.
Yeah, he got the win. And
it was like nothing special, but it was like, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to put it. Like, there's nothing really to write home about it. Everybody hit their spots. We got to see that Johnny Curtis could honestly work a good match, and hopefully people can get off his case. But we were both loving, like, when he was coming out and doing his little shit.
Yeah, I love when the guys held up the score signs for his dancing. That was awesome. And, like I told you guys, I'm just glad he won, because I don't want to say a fan, like where, oh man, this guy's awesome. But when he was coming up as Johnny Curtis, I was looking forward, because I was like, this is one of those guys where I can tell he may not be anything big. He was going to be like my Jack Swagger. You know how Jack Swagger is for you? Yeah. You like rooting for Jack Swagger partially. He's like that guy that no one likes.
Yeah.
Like an underdog, so to speak. That was going to be my guy. And then he had one match as Johnny Curtis. It was squash against Henry, and then we never saw him again. So now he's this, so I might as well root for him as Fandango.
Boom. Speaking of Jack Swagger, where the fuck was his entrance at tonight?
I don't know. Apparently it was cool.
We come out of a Rock video package, I believe, and he's in the ring, and you can see that he came down on some ATV, and him and Zeb are just in there. They got to deliver a promo, but I think people are always going to remember entrances over promos. Like, I can't remember last time somebody actually got to cut a promo in the ring at WrestleMania. That might be specialer than we think it is, but...
Why when JBL quit?
No, fuck him. But, hey, Boston Brothers, what do you guys think about JBL? But, I don't know. This match, honestly, to me, like, I think that I had more invested in it. And probably you did too, because I always sort of forget you're a big Del Rio fan. But I saw a lot of people didn't like this match, and I honestly can understand why you wouldn't like this match. I thought it was a little slow. I liked it because I was really into every fall, not wanting my guy to lose. And every time my guy had the advantage, wanting him to win. But it is what it is. I thought it was like the Jericho match. Really, nothing really special about it. But it would have been a whole lot better if my guy got to hold up the World Heavyweight Championship
with the NWO spray paint.
Yeah.
I like this match because I remember I told you I was like, this match is as good as I expected it to be. Mm-hmm. Both guys I think were like just, I don't think they were trying to have like a blowaway match, but they were like, they knew what they're good at and they did it. Like Swagger was doing like those sweet reversals from the armbar, and then Del Rio was using his agility in that match very well. I liked that match. I thought it was very very solid. But yeah, and then of course you had Del Rio winning, and the crowd wanted Ziggler. They didn't get it. Oh well. I mean, if you really thought Ziggler was gonna cash in, I don't know what to tell you because it just doesn't make sense at this point. People will say that it's gonna be his WrestleMania moment. He can win the belt tomorrow. It'll be just as big.
He's got till July. Yeah. Punk vs. Taker. I'll take the lead on this one honestly because I honestly fought for my right to say that I didn't like the match that much. Not that it was a bad match, but the last how many years have we said? The last 6 years. Taker has honestly stole the show from WrestleMania with matches with Batista, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and somebody that I can't Edge at 24. I mean, like, those are like show-stealing matches. And to me, I've always made the point that he should have left at 20-0 because 21-0 is just sort of like leaving us on a cliffhanger. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But to me, like, when you can't work the best match that you can work with the best guy on the roster, like, I might think Punk is an asshole, but honestly, he's probably one of the best workers they have in WWE on the main event scene that can work with almost anybody. And to me, that match didn't live up to the past matches. I'm still not saying that it's a bad match, just I honestly was expecting more and I didn't get it. Maybe I'll get the DVD.
You say you should retire. You said he should retire.
I wanted him to retire for a year, and maybe I'm like got special feelings into this that didn't let me say that it was a great match. But to me, it honestly just wasn't what Undertaker had been the past years.
I like this match, but I can't tell you that I liked it better than his 2 matches with Shawn and his 2 matches with Triple H, even than his match with Edge. Better than his match with Batista. I have to rewatch the match against Batista, but it still was good. It's not to say that it sucks. It's just very hard to beat those matches. All his matches were great.
Yeah.
So it's no knock on it at all. And then like the last, 5 minutes of that match is really good. Punk doing the old school to him, that was different. That's something no one had done. Mm-hmm. And then that's one of the things I liked about this match that made it stand out is that you had his opponent who was manipulative, and he was just a dirty heel, not a guy that has respect for him. So he did different things, and we saw different things than we had seen from his past 4 Mania matches. Mm-hmm. So I like that, and the finish was good.
I thought it was fun. And then we went to Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, which I think we got the match that a lot of people wanted at SummerSlam. I liked the match. I thought it was really good. I thought it went both ways when you thought both guys had each other. But I honestly thought when it was going to be like a no-holds-brawl fight, I didn't get what I thought it was going to be.
They took a while to really use the stipulation. They did. I remember.
I wanted just
a street fight.
Almost, yeah. Just really, really going at it. And I thought the match was really good. It was really fun. But maybe my expectations were just here, and they just got to here.
The match was good. I remember when, I think there was a spot where Lesnar was working on Triple H in the corner. That's where I'm like, get outside. Use weapons. Make the stipulation mean something. It didn't really come into effect till later towards the match. I think the match was just I'm okay with it, but it wasn't oh man, it was really good. I just think it was I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock on it because I actually, I just think it's okay. I just can't really praise it too much because I thought it could have been better, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Sayonara dancing fat guys.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I know I'm not. I thought it was funny that the 8-man or 8 mixed. Mixed 8-man tag match was nixed, but I feel bad because to some of these guys, this is their biggest payday. This is probably the.
Oh, I'm sure they'll still get the payday. I don't think they'll get.
Knocked. But come on though, you want to go out there and perform in front of the biggest crowd of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad. I don't care who it was in that spot. It just sucks because they lost their big match.
I thought the pre-show was really, really good. They had a panel of JR, Kofi Kingston,
and Dusty Rhodes.
And I thought that was really special. It was really good. They've talked about it for a long time. They were going to add an NFL sort of style show to kick off Raw, where you could show more video package. That way, when Raw comes around, you could show more action.
I wish they did that because then you don't have to watch Raw in its entirety and catch up the next week.
Yeah. And I thought that maybe, hopefully, this is in the direction they're going because a lot of people really hate Monday Night Raw for 3 hours. But honestly, in that pre-show, we only got one match, which was short. And there was tons and tons of time they could have done this Dancing Fat Guys thing, and a lot of people were asking him to put the Dancing Fat Guys in the pre-show and then switch Miz to there. But I mean, if it comes down to it, if we got the card that we got, and the Dancing Fat Guys and Miz and Barrett were on the pre-show, I don't think it would have been the end of the world.
And we got 3 Cena Rock video packages during the pay-per-view broadcast, which is why I guess they just jumped right into the match with Rock and Cena, which is the next match we'll get to. I remember when his match, I was like, oh, that's it? We're going to get to it? But it also made sense. What were they going to do? Show the 4th video package?
Yeah.
That they've pretty much been, we get it.
We've seen it 1,000 times, guys. Yeah. Cena vs. Rock. What we all paid for, what we all came to see. What did you really think about it? What was it? What?
As a whole, the match as a whole, I like the first one better. Because to me, this match had a better second half.
Yeah.
And a damn good last 4 or 5 minutes, whatever it was, when we started doing all those reversals and Cena did the mocking of the people's elbow. That was awesome. That was tremendous.
And you called the spot too when he was gonna do the people's elbow and then he grabbed the ropes.
Oh yeah.
And he was all like, "Fuck you!" And that's when we were like, "All right, it's time for the finish. And this is gonna be good."
And I was scared at one point. I was like, no. And then you put it in my mind. You cemented it in my mind. Oh, we're going to get a third one.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't want a third one.
If Rock would have had the opposite finish when he did the 5-knuckle shuffle, and then like Cena was able to reverse that right into like an attitude adjustment, it would have been Rock versus Cena 3 right there.
God, thank God it wasn't. But
I thought it was coming. But I thought that match was gold. It was good. I'm not 100% sure if you put 28 versus 29, 29's better. But I think that, like, what we paid for is what we got, and I thought it was good and it was worth it. I'm not going to complain about paying this bill. I'm going to complain that they put it on my bill twice, which might happen. But I think we had a lot of fun today, and I think it was definitely really worth it.
Yeah, it was, and next year we'll be there in person. So
making moves. It was
just weird, like watching it from TV. I'm not gonna say like I forgot what it was like, but it kind of was at the same time. I was like, it's just different watching it all on TV rather than being there in person. But all in all, if you're there, I think Bobby was the one person that didn't like the show that was there.
That sucks to be him because I've never gone to any kind of show that I've ever watched.
I feel bad for anyone that went to Mania and didn't like it because I was hoping everyone was having a blast, But, that was Mania this year, and we'll see where we go from here.
New Orleans, we coming for you.
I was gonna say, yeah.